Before a soldier ever steps onto a battlefield, before a single shot is fired, before chaos, fear, or adrenaline enter the picture, something far more important has already happened. The military has already changed the mind. Most people think the military is about physical strength, weapons, and tactics, but that's only the surface. The real transformation happens quietly, systematically, and psychologically. Long before combat, the military rewires how a person thinks, reacts, feels, and even perceives themselves. And once that process begins, it's nearly impossible to reverse completely. This is not talked about enough. The military does not primarily train bodies, it trains minds, and it does so with precision. The first thing the military targets is identity. When recruits arrive, they are not treated as individuals. Names disappear, hair disappears, personal style disappears. Even the way you speak is corrected. This isn't about control for control's sake. It's about dissolving the old identity. Before a new mindset can be installed, the old one must be weakened. Psychologically, identity is the foundation of behavior. When the military strips away personal identity, it creates psychological flexibility. The recruit becomes open to new rules, new values, and new priorities. Individual comfort is replaced by collective purpose. I becomes we. This shift alone changes how the brain evaluates risk, responsibility, and fear. Next comes discipline, but not the way civilians usually understand it. Military discipline is not just about following rules, it's about training automatic obedience under pressure. Recruits are intentionally overloaded with information, stress, and fatigue. They are given contradictory commands, impossible timelines, and constant correction. This creates mental friction. The brain wants relief. The fastest path to relief becomes compliance. Over time, the mind learns something powerful. Don't argue, don't hesitate, don't analyze emotionally. Just execute. This is critical. In high-stress environments, hesitation kills effectiveness. The military trains the brain to act before doubt can interfere. The result is a mind that moves decisively, even when tired, afraid, or uncertain. This is where emotional control begins. Civilians are taught to express emotions. The military teaches you to manage them, not suppress them completely, but delay them. Fear is acknowledged, but not allowed to dictate action. Anger is redirected into focus. Pain is noticed, then deprioritized. This emotional regulation is not accidental. The military repeatedly places recruits in uncomfortable situations where emotional reactions are useless. Shouting doesn't help. Complaining doesn't change outcomes. Panic solves nothing. The brain slowly learns that emotional expression has little value in the mission environment. Instead, silence becomes powerful. Silence is one of the most underrated tools used by the military. Recruits are often surrounded by noise, commands, and pressure, but they are not encouraged to talk unnecessarily. Silence trains observation. It trains listening. It forces internal dialogue to become more disciplined. A silent mind notices details others miss. A silent person reveals less. In military psychology, silence equals control. Those who speak emotionally give away information, weakness, and unpredictability. Those who remain silent retain power. This is why many veterans are quieter than civilians. It's not trauma by default, it's conditioning. Another major mental shift happens with authority and structure. In civilian life, authority is negotiable. You question bosses, you debate rules, you weigh options. The military removes this habit quickly. Authority becomes absolute within the structure. Orders are not personal, they are functional. This trains the mind to separate ego from instruction. Psychologically, this reduces internal conflict. When a decision is no longer yours, mental energy is conserved. The brain stops looping around what if and why me. Instead, it focuses on execution. This clarity is deeply stabilizing for many people, especially those who previously struggled with direction. But there's a cost. When autonomy is removed long enough, the brain adapts. Some individuals later struggle when freedom returns. Civilian life can feel chaotic, inefficient, and emotionally noisy. Without structure, The mind searches for external order. This is one reason some veterans miss the military despite its hardships. The clarity was comforting. The military also changes how time is perceived. Recruits learn to function in long periods of boredom, interrupted by moments of intensity. This rewires patience. The brain learns to wait without stimulation. Phones, entertainment, and constant dopamine are removed. Attention spans expand. The nervous system slows down. Military confidence is not loud. It's quiet. It's built through repetition, competence, and survival of stress. The mind develops trust in its ability to function under pressure. This is not arrogance, it's internal certainty. However, this confidence often clashes with civilian environments that reward self-promotion over capability. Another mental effect is moral compression. The military simplifies decision-making under stress. Right and wrong are often defined clearly within the mission context. This reduces hesitation. But when returning to civilian life, moral complexity returns. Grey areas feel uncomfortable. Some individuals struggle with this transition. This is not about violence, it's about decisiveness. Before combat ever occurs, the military has already reshaped emotional control, identity, perception of time, pain tolerance, authority response, and silence. Combat, if it happens, builds on an already transformed mind. This raises an important question. Is this conditioning good or bad? The answer is uncomfortable. It's both. Military mental conditioning creates discipline, resilience, focus, and emotional control that most civilians never develop. At the same time, it can create distance, rigidity, and difficulty reintegrating into a world that values expression over execution. This is why debates around military psychology are so intense. Some view it as empowerment, others see it as dehumanization. Both perspectives contain truth. The real takeaway is this: the military doesn't just prepare people for war, it prepares them for pressure, and pressure exists everywhere. In business, in crisis, in leadership, in life. The military mind is not built for comfort, it's built for function. And once you understand that, you begin to see the world differently. So here's the question worth debating in the comments. Does the military strengthen the mind, or does it sacrifice parts of humanity to do so? And more importantly, could civilians benefit from some of this conditioning without the cost? That's a conversation most people are not ready to have. But once you see how the military shapes the mind before combat, you can't unsee it, and neither can they. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos on YouTube.